Yeah, there we go. All right. So in this, I'm kind of just gonna like explain my thought process. I'm gonna talk through it until I can solve the problem. I might look up some few things just to figure it out, but I just want to like kind of record my solving process of things. I'm gonna do this for like 30 minutes. I'm gonna first start with this, then I'll go to the next one. So as of now, I looked at this problem for like 10 minutes probably before, and I was gonna start writing my like solution, but I haven't necessarily gotten to it. So what I'm going to do, or what I plan to do, is this looks like it's best to do with some type of hash map. So I don't really know how to do a hash map in this. So I'm gonna look up hash map in C++ just to get like a little idea of what I can do. Okay, and we got a vector. Okay, I wonder because I've seen there's maps. I wonder what the difference between maps, because this seems like it might be just like just map instead, right? Uh, yeah, and then you type, so it'd be int, and then I'd basically okay, and then I just have to get the value right. Okay, so I'm gonna make a hash map with um, basically um, I want the number. So I can either take the square root of the number to get the number I want, or I could like flip it over and see if they're in it. So I could search through the first list. So I could be like this. Uh, iterate through the first bars first array and add iterate through the first array, add the number and square root. This should be square value. Like that, right? So we have the square root and the value facing. And the reason I want to do that way is because the second list is going to have the square roots. So yeah, we're going to have to be able to find it. I bet there's also a way to search a vector that will allow us to do it too. If I just like, I could loop it both ways and be like, is this in there at all? But the hash map just seems best because it's faster at looking up. The only problem I can already foresee is that um, if they're not the same size. So if there's like a difference in size, that's kind of a problem. Um, so let's do this. We could do a faster solution real fast, or not a faster, a much slower solution, but something that will like figure it out. I don't want to. I will challenge myself later, like do shit like that, but like, um, yeah. Alright, so the first things first, we probably want to. This is both being passed by reference, so you can definitely change each of them, which is good because if we could change each of them, then we can actually just look at. So we can iterate. Okay. Rate over the first array. Find square of array over the first array. Find square of number. Then we can iterate over the second array. Iterate over the first array. Find square of number. Then iterate over the second array. So iterate over the first array, find square of number, then iterate over the second array. If you find square of number, remove it, remove square of the number from the array. So it'll iterate over the second array, then it'll remove it once it finds it, and then it will just continue, and then it will return else. So if you iterate over the entirety of the second array and you don't find it, break the loop, and then here you get an else. End with no square, return Alright, bet. Alright, so beautiful. We can follow this algorithm real fast. So what I'm gonna do, we got a static bool called comp. That means it's static to this. Okay, sure. Static meaning its variables only associated with this specific thing. So if I change it with it here, it doesn't actually do anything, even though it's passed by reference. I believe that's true, but I could 100% be wrong. Return false because B, 132 is not a square of any number A. Yeah, you could do it one of two ways. You could either I don't like it this way, but it seems like it seems kind of okay. Whatever. I'm just gonna type it up. Okay, so and we're gonna do a range-based loop for this first one. For int I in A, and we're gonna throw this in. So we're looking for this. If we can find it, and I think my mouse is fully charged, so I can actually move my mouse out of that location. Cool. All right. So each one, then we're gonna want to find the square root of it. What square root of that is that times that. So I'll call this TMP. So it's gonna be called int TMP, and it is basically just gonna be equal to I times I to get the square root. And then I'm gonna do an also for int J in. We're also going to try to do this range-based loop. My only fear with this is that we'll run into a problem because of we get the temp value, then that I'd only really need a 2-pass if I did this. I really want to do the map way, dude. It's so much easier. It makes so much more sense to me. Okay, so let's add a second solution. And I think this is my problem, is like I can't commit to something I know that's slower. And that's like really okay. I'm gonna force myself actually. Alright, so we're going through each element, then we're finding basically its square root. Then we're basically just gonna find if that is in there, right? So and I guess we could 100% just see that all of the elements are going to be of the same size, hopefully. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so both of are 8. Okay. So then it can be like if J is equal to TMP, how do you remove elements? Sorry, we're yaking, guys. We're yaking. No way. I'm actually not in my repo. So vector.arrays. interesting. Sure. So let's do, we're in the vector, so we can say b dot erase erase j, and I can say break, hopefully. And then we could basically go all the way down. Here, right after the for loop, results, and set that equal to this value. So we're gonna have this be a ternary statement. We're gonna say if b is empty, which it should be if this is true, right? I don't have much on vectors. Turn true, false, return false. Can I just do it like this? Is that gonna be allowed? I have no idea. Let's do this. Cool. What am I doing? Dude on its own. I don't even need ternary. What the fuck? Okay, I don't think this is right. Yeah. Just put erase. find from the beginning to the end. Hey dude, what are you into? Mike, just listening. Nothing, just chilling. Ryan. No. I'm surprised anyone even. Well, I'm just doing a kata, and I'm looking at like this stuff and this stuff real fast to just kind of do it. I'm gonna run this through real fast, do this if statement, and then check if it's in there. If it's in there, remove it. Then at the very end, I'm just gonna check if data sets, or what do you mean? C++ and Python. Yeah. Well, I usually do like Python more than C++, but I'm getting into C++ now, and yeah, I'm gonna stop doing that. I need to focus up. Yeah. So not in the end of the vector. If it's not in the end of the vector, then I can, if found. So okay. It is not equal to v dot end. Then it is found, so I can then say remove it. So erase, I believe it was. Erase, and then the element I want to erase. Or is it b dot erase? It could just be b dot erase. TMP here, like so. Yeah, that works. Okay, cool. So find it, then we go through our second one. Data science. Yeah, I'm into data science. I do that more than I do this type of stuff normally, but not as of recently. But yeah, I like that type of stuff. Anyways, go through, remove. So I should go through each one, remove each one, then basically check. Am I missing anything? I don't think so. And then, I mean, it should be empty by the end if it's if that's how it is. That's a part of the class, though. I wish I could like hover over it and see like each of the things that it wants me to do. Why, oh why? Auto it equals fine. B dot erase. Does it not know what erase is? Is it a namespace thing? could be a namespace thing. But then you'd think it'd be like in that vector. I've never seen it look like this per se. Well, after a class, it's supposed to say that. Classes have this at the end. I'm confused on why it's saying this shit. I'm gonna do the same solution. I'm just gonna retype it real fast. So I'm just gonna do it like this though. I'm gonna say for int I, I'll call this index, and I'm gonna set this to a default value of this. Then I'm gonna say as long as I is less than vector size, so I size. Hello? Then I want it to do less than size. That means it will go all the way up to where the size is. So I'll just say index plus plus and fix. Holy shit, and fix this. Index, okay. Like literally centimeters away, dude. I don't get this shit. Okay. Hello, where is this one? Like that should be fine. Okay, cool. So now we're going through each element in this array. Then I want int temp value to basically just be equal to this a dot at this location, which I don't even know if it has a dot at functionality. Whatever. Dude, this is the bane of my existence. What in the is happening? Can I do this? Of course I'm finished. So we got the index going in. We're basically trying to find if at this specific index location we get there, then we just loop through the other one. Do a range first loops, and the range B. And then C++ lookups. Holy shit, this is gay as fuck. Oh my god. I hate this. don't understand why this doesn't fucking work. Wait, was I supposed to make 2 different members? What the fuck? There's so many fucking hell. Holy shit, guys. Holy shit! Wait, do I need algorithms? Why would you tell me something that doesn't even fucking... Oh my god, that's so annoying. I don't get it. I expected this literally. Why? Because they're both empty, I presume? That's so fucking annoying. God damn it.